Now, this was in September, so around fall, the end of the year of 1692. So Don Diego de Vargas gets on his horse and rides all the way down the Camino Real, the Royal Road, back to Mexico. He lets them know what happened. And then he also gets a bunch of families that were being collected by a friar at the time. A friar was already getting together husbands and wives and families. See, when they were colonizing a place, they would send a lot of people to actually colonize it. And they liked families. They liked people who were married couples, husbands and wives. That way they could have children, they could produce, they could make a colony. So Don Diego de Vargas gets back to Mexico, and then he comes back up the Royal Road. By the time he gets back, it's winter. You know, it takes a few months to go down, get the families, come back up. So it says in winter, 1693, so my guess would be January, February. So around that time, he gets back. That's why they say 1693. It's not like it was a whole year later. It was a couple months later. It's because he reconquered Santa Fe at the end of 1692 in September. That's why we celebrate fiestas in September. So anyway, he gets back in the winter with all kinds of more soldiers and a grip of colonists and all kinds of shit. And the natives were like, wait, hold up. This is what we thought. They thought that they were just going to have a Spanish presence in New Mexico, and that was it. They didn't know that Don Diego de Vargas was going to bring all these families and they were going to settle. So that's where a disagreement happened. The natives didn't want to open the door for Don Diego de Vargas, and so it turned into a siege. He put the city under siege. He cut off their water, just like they cut off their water. And it was a siege. I don't know how much days it lasted or how long, but Don Diego de Vargas finally made it into the city and slaughtered a group of people. So when you go downtown to Santa Fe and you walk in the plaza, you're walking over that battleground where a group of people got slaughtered. Then after he took control, all the chiefs, 70 of them, he took them to the plaza and he executed them. And that's the story of the bloody conquest of 1693. It wasn't as peaceful as the history teachers tell you it was in school. That was in 1692 when he first came. But in 1693, a couple months later, there was a great slaughter, as well as some other stuff that happened after that. There was even another little Pueblo revolt in 1696, but we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, I hope you learned something new. Thank you for watching. This is Trajity. I'm out. Subscribe to my channel to learn more.